You know the vibes, you know them guys. We the Big Macs and the rest of y'all small fries. Another installment of the Culture Show with the man himself.
Mystery, y'all know the vibes, man. Long time out. Everything else dead. Harlem, you know the vibes.
The man himself, man. Mystery man. Legendary. One of the forefathers himself.
Good looks, appreciate
Yo, Mystery man.
it.
I ain't gonna lie, man. This is Spaceman talking, King of Spank. I seen your whole fucking thing, bro. Like from the beginning, from fucking Rucker Park to Fly Street, the legendary Millbank battles.
Facts.
Like, talk about your beginnings in the Lifey culture. How did it all start for you?
Honestly, I had in high school really. I was linking up with T-Sex, and she was the one really putting me on to like street dancing. I was doing other shit like doing shit downtown, dancing and all that. I was more like on some ballet shit and Broadway and all that. And pretty much in high school, like I said, she started putting me on to like people like Casper, Vinny. I started going to the Key and all that. Like I was into a lot of shit. But along the way, I was seeing niggas like Ralph, Missing 5,000, Swiss, really, because I was more or less in the Bronx, whatever, at that time. But nonetheless, yeah, that was like pretty much it. And I would say what really got me in as far as like to life was my cousin Kev Skrilla, shout out to him. We was working together and he was like, yo, you dance, you need to pull up to ATM Live. I'm like, wow. He's like, yo, yeah, I want you to battle somebody. And I'm like, I bet. I didn't even know who I was battling and all that. I ain't have no name, no none of that. And that's kind of where like the name Mystery Man came from. Because they had it on the little flyer and all that for ATM Live and shit, they would pass it out. And they had like the little question mark and it said the Mystery Man versus Mr. U2. That was my very first battle. And yeah, I went crazy. I mean, pretty much. That's when the legend began.
How long have you been dancing?
Oh, I'm gonna just say all my life. It feels like I've always been dancing. You know what I mean? I've been doing that. I'm old now, but yeah, I've been dancing all my life. That's been something I just love to do. It's almost like breathing. I just love doing it. You know what I mean? You don't think about breathing, you just do it. You know what I mean? And that's what dancing is for me. I don't think about, you know what I mean, it all the time, but it is always on my mind. Like, yeah, you can say a lifetime, bro. It's always been with me.
How did you get introduced to Lifey?
Really, I would say like the skate key days put me into Lifey. When I moved from Harlem, like I said, I was in the Bronx. I grew up on Burnside, and you know what I mean, right there down from RBT. There was a dude in RBT named Bones. He was shaking, and my mom was working the shadow, in which she would see Joe No Bones, Kurt, Mo, and all them. She would even tell me about them, and I would even snuck in the club times and seen them. They was my first, as far as the history of Lifey, they was my first who introduced me to as far as this street dance culture, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean, that blossomed into Lifey. So I would say they was among the first. Cry, Swiss, Ralph, Rox, Day Day. It was a lot of people that I would see, you know what I mean, traveling around that they would have like different styles, but it would be Lifey. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Who were some of your first influences?
I would say as far as in Lifey, I would definitely say Cry and Swiss. They was at the time they was the dogs. Like they was the dogs. They was the demons you had to get. They was the ones that people were looking at, the ones that people were talking about. If it was about somebody that was dancing, they would be like, oh well, I bet you can't beat Cry. I bet you can't beat Swiss. And it was just like, alright, well. Anytime I would hear them, like, well, who's that? I don't know who that is. And I know like Swiss, I seen him in parties like a bunch of times and all that. We passing by, we dance around each other, and it was never nothing like that. But, when that came time, it was like on, you know what I mean? I would definitely say, although it was battling, it was a respect thing, and that, I would definitely honestly say they was my biggest influences as far as like.
How was your beginnings in the culture? Like, how was the road for you to become Mystery Man?
It was fun. It was honestly a time that made me feel like the most alive. It was almost like those movies that you see, those dance movies, dancing in the street and people battling, like, yo, we really was doing stuff like that. Like, that was really happening. But as far as me, I would say in the beginning it was rough because I was a newcomer on the block and I had to really like prove myself. I had to battle and dance over and over again for hours, literally to prove who I was, you know what I mean? And put shit down on the dance floor, put my blood, sweat, and tears on the dance floor for people to see that, yo, he got it. Like, you know what I mean? I wasn't, you know what I mean, loud. I wasn't, rambunctious, any of that. I was just dancing. I was just living. Those are the moments where I was living, and that's where I see my role was. Like, yo, I'm just here doing this. Like, I love what I'm doing. I love seeing where it's going, and I love building with the company that I had. You know what I mean? It was up and comings like Dot, Space, SNS, you know what I mean? Bree Stacks, it's Joe Smooth, it's all these names, and to the build up, even in the beginning, everything was still building up, and although even if I had a name, I was still trying to prove myself. Adding shit into Life, bringing shit into Life, different techniques that I already had outside of Life into Life, so that it could be pretty much like damn near what it is right now. You know what I mean? The evolution is fire as far as Life. These kids are going crazy out here. It's just honestly just a beautiful thing to see. You know what I mean? But as I say, like my role, as far as that, I felt like it was more or less to be just myself and just put myself on the dance floor. And again, to constantly push myself and push the people around me, because that's what the purpose, you know what I mean, of having this light, you know what I mean, and giving this gift out, is pushing each other to become better. And I feel like I fulfilled that role. I definitely think I did it.
For those of you who don't know, Mystery is the creator of one of the most influential moves that's a part of the culture itself. If you want to elaborate more on what you created.
First and foremost, to get into a bit of that as well. A lot of people don't know that people always give credit. I appreciate that, you know what I mean? But I had people who pushed me to do stuff like that, you know what I mean? I always give credit to Peanut. Shout out to Peanut, you know what I mean? That's my bro, you know what I mean? Queens, you know what I mean? LES, all that shit, y'all know the vibes. I met him in Fly Street, and we would be labbing together, and realistically, like, he would tell me, because I knew how to step before Lifey, he would tell me to use some of those things in Lifey because he already knew about it. But he pointed me in a direction on how to use it with Lifey, you know what I mean? And we build it with each other. Not can auntie say, like, as far as the name though, and the first time it was really seen, as far as outside of that space, was a battle between, it was me, Cry, and Swiss versus Ralph, Duck, and Teeth. And that was the first time that I ever did the tic-tac-toe in front of them, and they was like, yo, what the fuck is that? What the fuck was that? And then that shit, like, yo, what was that? I'm like, I don't even know what to call this shit. Like, I just been laughing, like, doing shit, and I just started tapping, jumping, and it just started feeling like me. It just felt like I was supposed to do that. And again, it was just like, yo, what you gonna pull? I'm like, I don't even know. At that time, everybody was naming moves and all. I'm like, I don't know, bro. I don't really care. It don't matter. And they was like, yo, bro, it almost looked like that was crying, and then Swiss was like, and then they both at the same time was like tic-tac-toe. I'm like, yo, I kind of like that. I like the way that sound, and that's like how that shit went on from there. And it went from having a conversation there to elevating the tic-tac-toe with different variations and shit to, you know what I mean, linking up with D Cole and making getting a song made and a video made. And yeah, that's how that shit popped off.
Why should people like feed?
I know it's cliche to say life you change your life or saves your life, but it's the realest thing and the most relatable thing that you can say, and just to be real about it. Like, it literally kept you from doing, it kept you focused on something else from what was out there. It kept you from being, you didn't want to do the same thing that everybody else was doing, even the other people that's in life, but you always wanted to do your own thing. So it showed unity and it shows individuality literally at the same time. Because when you dance, you're not really dancing to look like someone else, you're dancing to do you. You may have similar movements, but you know what I mean? As long as the foundation is there, you're gonna see that, but you always gotta put you into it. So Life is one of those dances that brings the best out of you, you know what I mean? It's pretty much in the name, you know what I mean? Like, it brings the light out of you. You know what I mean? That's what it does. It brings the best version of you. It's for the world to see, for everybody to see. So that's why I feel everybody should do life. That's why I feel everybody should dance. For me, that's the closest thing to God for me. You know what I mean? Movement, you know what I mean? The connection, culture, cultivating, evolution. That's the closest thing to God for me, you know what I mean? That's all love. That's all love, because it's all love and dance. You know what I mean? That's all it. Yeah, definitely.
How did Life change your life?
Life showed me what it meant to have, like, I have a family. Life showed me what it meant that it takes a village to raise a child. It's a mantra. It means so more to me when I think about life, because we don't realize that even with us dancing and seeing each other, it's something called endorphins that gets released in your brain that makes you feel good, it makes you happy. And when we're all locking in, boom, and the whole room erupts like a volcano. That's power. Again, there's love in that. God is in that. That's power, though. You know what I mean? That you can find the other places, but you just can't find the other places. Not like Life. We just know. You know what I mean? Like, to know when to lock in, to know when somebody's doing a fake out, that takes a spiritual kind of connection, you know what I mean? And Life has that. This is why Life means so much to me. Why I still watch Life until this day. I'm never gonna stop watching Life. I'm never gonna stop dancing. Never. You know what I mean? That I'ma always be the best. Facts. Hands down. I'ma always be the best. Regardless of what anybody says. Opinions, no opinions, none of that shit matters. This shit is Life. This is our shit. This is what we do. This is our shit. And it's power in those lock-ins. It's powers in those moves, man. There's energy there. That's love.
What was your first team or teams?
First teams. First people I really got cool in Life was Tista and D-Dollar. You know what I mean? Shout out to them. Y'all already know the vibes. As far as like the community, I mean, like the in crowd. You know what I mean? Illuminati. We got together and got real cool, and we created a team called the Stick-Up Kids. So that was really the first team that I was down with. From Stick-Up Kids, I was cool again with people in Brooklyn and different places and all that. I got down with a team called Fly Street. I was down with that team. I was one of the heads as far as the dance portion of Fly Street. You know what I mean? I was definitely up there, and it was other people there. It was other people there that was around and everything. Mr. 5000 was in there. Peanut was in there. Lite was in there. Somebody, Solo was in there. It was a couple of people in there, you know what I mean? But it was a lot of teams, you know what I mean, that I was, you know what I mean, messing around with like here and there. But then when I really got like into it, I would say Brotherhood and Breakfast Club was really like the team that was really rapping for the most part.
Like, what year did you know that your dancing was on the next level? And name some of the highlights from that year.
Oh, between 05 and 07, for me was 05 was like the beginning, was the, you know what I mean, I battled Swiss first, won that. People don't talk about it much, but I battled Pride after that, won that. I was supposed to battle Kanye East, don't know why, but that never went down. Wasn't really feeling that. But gradually, as it progressed, I was having like random, like I had a random battle with like Mo Black in a party, at like a team spread party. I would just be going places, Queens, out to Queens, battling niggas like Tiny, you know what I mean? At fucking the gym days that they used to have over there, you know what I mean? Used to have a gym over there that everybody used to go to. I would be out there battling. You know,
Tiny, aka Obama.
Facts, bro. Shout out to him. That's gang. You know what I mean? But I would be out there with my bro, Bezo. You know what I mean? Shout out to him. Queens. Bro, P-Night, Lite would come out. Shout out to LES. Like, I would chill with, you know what I mean, different people outside of, you know what I mean, BC and Brotherhood. You know what I mean? Again, I was down with other factions before. You know what I mean? I was in those teams, so I was kind of like doing other things and all that. So it was, you know what I mean, it was different back then.
Who's the hardest dancer you ever had to battle, and then how was the turnout?
Mr. YouTube, because of the anticipation behind the battle. It was a lot of talk. Even after the battle, it was still like, that was the one that was ringing for months. Like, yo, this and the third. I was almost tired of hearing that I beat Swiss. Like, yo, bro, nobody's talking about other shit. Like, I'm doing other shit right now. Like, I don't really care about that. But alright, cool. Like, alright, so what? So what? I didn't really like care about that. But nonetheless, I would still say that was one of the most impactful battles, especially being because who he was, you know what I mean? Especially at the time, who he was, it was supposed to be like a landslide. But, you know what I mean? But shout out, that was a very good battle. I definitely enjoyed myself. I was strategic, and I played my cards like how I was supposed to play my cards, and it's history and mystery. That's how they go.
Describe your dance style. What does individuality mean to you?
My dance style, as I said, from my past, it comes from different elements of dance. You know what I mean? I always refer to Lifey as a chameleon style. Any style can mesh with Lifey. Any style can be done with Lifey. And it has been proven, even in the whole movement of Getting Dark, it was about being versatile. It was about having a variety of viciousness. It was even a little thing that would be said if you knew how to get dark, meaning using different styles. Now, again, as I stated, that's what my life is really, you know what I mean? It really was an amalgamation of different styles, you know what I mean, put together. Just things that I just love to see all the time. You know, so that's what I would express my style as. Like a thing, something that I would love to see all the time. Different things that I would love to see all the time. This is why you saw isolation. I love seeing people do isolations. Everybody do Michael Jackson. That's some of the best isos, you know what I mean? I don't know if you guys know about Storyboard P, but look that up, you know what I mean? You Google that, but I done seen some of the best people do some amazing things that made me want to dance. It made me want to dance. It gave me, it almost went through the battle. Like, yo, you so nice. I want to be just as good as you and better. just as good as you and better. And I'm gonna do something that's gonna be better. I'm gonna do something that's gonna be memorable. I'm gonna do something that's gonna live forever. I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? And again, mystery.
Who's the first dancer to put you under the wing?
I wouldn't necessarily say under the wing because I was doing me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do what I do. But I would definitely say I was very close to Cry, Swiss, and Ralph. I was very close to them in the beginning. I was like really close to them. As far as especially like dance-wise, we really started to connect after a while. Again, Tip started, Dollar. Everybody started like, doing their own things and all that. But as far as when it comes to just going crazy and going mad with this light fee shit, they was really like pushing me. Like, yo, come on, yo, pop out, yo, pull up to this, you know what I mean? Yo, pull up uptown real quick and then we gonna go here. I bet. Well, I got some shit going on here, let's all go here too. So I can honestly say they really was like, if you wanna say under the wing, that I'll say it was a.
So Mystery, the man himself, the creator of the tic-tac-toe.
Facts.
You've been watching the light beat culture from the beginning. You're a part of the essence, the foundation. How do you describe the original essence, energy, and feeling of original light beat?
The best way I can describe it is like, just imagine having your favorite thing every day, all day. Imagine it's your favorite, like it's your favorite ice cream. You get to have that all day, every day. That's what light feed was. It is, but really in those times, again, I can't say light feed now. I still feel alive, but then I really felt alive. You know what it feels like? To feel like you up, like you up. You just have the energy to do. You feel like you do anything. You feel like you can. I felt like I could touch the stars when we was doing light feed back then. I felt like I've been to the stars with light feedback, and I felt like that. I felt that way when people would stop and say certain things, and seeing the influence just keep going. It's just like, yo, this is real. Like, this is real. It's like having a child. Like, you watching your child grow up, and at first being a parent, you looking at it like, where you looking at it like, yo, this is a real thing? Like, this is real? And as you watching your child progress and blossom, you're like, yo, this is real. This is real. This is real. Almost like pinch me, I'm dreaming, but exhilarating, vibrant, energy, and power, like the energy that was in the room. Come on, the man interviewing me right now knows what I'm talking about. You've been in the room. You know that feeling of, again, bop, put it on. Fake out, dot, put it on, boom. You know what that is. We can look at each other and know while the person is dancing what they're going to do. Maybe not the whole movement, because it's they shit they putting on, they doing they shit. That's an individuality. They doing they shit. But you know when somebody going through a fake out. You know when somebody going down, coming up, spinning around, you can feel it. That's the essence of what lifey is. It has always been to me. That it just brings you alive. If you're shy, you're not shy when you're doing lifey. Just the facts. The energy is there, you have it in you. And it comes out. That's what it was. That's what it's always been. But again, back in the day, it was really powerful to see all shades of people coming together. Black, white, brown, all that. It was people from all over who did this shit. People started doing more and more and more. And it just made it even more impactful that Life Eat is real. Life Eat is... This is it. This is it. This is it. Lifey is it. So again, when I speak about that power, I'm speaking from there. I'm speaking from the essence of what I know Lifey is. That going to a party, like people don't know what it feels like to go to a party and battle somebody you probably won't even know their name, but you do it. You're sweating, drenched, because you're going so blood. That essence ain't the same right now. But that, it's even almost hard to describe. I can't even find the words to really describe it.
Today, currently, the man himself, the legend, the myth, Mystery Man, live time representative. How do you describe current Lifey?
Lifey now, for me, yo, we it's definitely, I can say it's definitely more, it's different. It's different. It's more, let's say, in the sense of technicality, movement, cleanliness. Right now, it's more, you know, when you have a 5-year-old, right? You throwing the music, we heard this already, right? You throwing the music, and they ready to go. They got moves. You gonna see them pull off some shit. You know what I mean? Lifey is almost like that a little bit right now. It's a little bit more play. You know what I mean? It's a little bit more, we want to put it in terms of, speaking of like something that's a little more solid, this is a little bit more soft, you know what I mean? We get a little pillow, you know what I mean? We become a little pillow, kind of like a pillow right now, you know what I mean? But it's still moving. It's still moving. That's the thing that I respect. It's still moving. There are people out here who's going mad, who's doing their thing. They going crazy right now, going crazy, making a mark and really putting on for life and keeping it alive. You know what I mean? So I can definitely respect that. You know what I mean? Maybe it could be that it's not enough battles going on. You know what I mean? I could be wrong, but you know what I mean? As far as like the grittiness of Lifey, it's not as gritty as it was before. If that makes sense. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know, things, you know, if you look at the rap game right now versus how it was years before in the beginning, that's what I mean by the grittiness. The grittiness of the game is different now. You know what I mean? It's not as like how it was before, where it's just, that ain't happened. It was go. You know what I mean? Go. It's lit. You know what I mean? It's not even something that you even gotta talk about. You nice. I'm nice. It's lit. That's it. It's lit. You know what I mean? And that energy is around, but as I say that, you know what I mean? It's not as powerful how it was before.
I was strong, and I hope the youth is listening.
Facts.
Now, Mystery, the man himself, the legend. I want to first off say that, you know, you've been doing this road a long time, and there's not a lot. I can count on my hands how many originals who are still in the culture, active, who can still dance today, who still created something that still lives on currently today. And you're not watching from afar, but still in it, watching your flowers grow. And if you feel like you never got your flowers, this is the platform.
Appreciate that.
You are the man. You are Mystery Man. You are no longer a mystery. Is there any last words that you want to say to the people, to the culture? Anything that you want to say?
First and foremost, yo, everybody keep doing your thing. Right? Let's keep it on dance. That's what life is for. It's for us to express ourselves however that we do your thing. Fuck what anybody's saying. Forget what anybody else is doing. Do you, you know what I mean? Let's respect each other, and let's, again, let's keep it dance. You know what I mean? Let's keep it. And again, let's get back to the essence of life. You know what I mean? Let's come together. Let's laugh. Let's have fun. Let's party. Let's, you know what I mean? Let's cry. All that stuff. You know what I mean? Because that's what life has always been. And that's what I always feel. That's what I grew up on when I came in on the game. And it really started to get structured. That's what I remember. I remember that love, those bonds. And it's all still there, but we gotta come together.